I lean on my wife a lot with certain songs. You can tell she's honest with you. Like I'll come home from a writing session, I was like, I just wrote a smash. She's like, yeah.
Hey, it's your girl Emily Curl, and we are backstage at our iHeartRadio theater, and we're hanging out with country music trio Lady A as we celebrate their new album, What a Song Can Do. Let's give it up for Lady A. I always love that little cheers. Congratulations, What a Song Can Do, your 8th studio album. Let's dive in. Tell us a little bit about this project.
Well, this was the project that we really put together in the midst of, kind of all being over Zoom and being at home and having
pandemic
to pivot, having to pivot from touring plans off the last record. And so we knew, not only would it be a great way to process our emotions, but it was a great way to stay productive. And we love songwriting so much. So it was what we poured ourselves into.
And you can feel that in the lyrics. And tonight, you're playing live at our iHeartRadio album release party, coming off of tour, and then playing at such an intimate venue like this. What's the biggest difference that you found in playing a small show versus playing huge arenas?
I think it's fun because, when you get a smaller audience, and we're going to have a little bit of a stripped down band, make it a little bit more of a storytelling kind of environment. And we enjoy that. It's nice because, when you're out there doing these amphitheaters, it's kind of go, go, go. You want to talk a little bit, but you want to get in as many songs as you can. I think tonight we can kind of just make it a little bit more intimate and relax and again, share the stories behind these songs because it's such a personal record. Like Hillary said, we wrote so much. This was probably the most we've written for an album in forever just because we had time to do it. We sifted through probably 60 or so songs that we had written to narrow it down for this record. So we're really proud of it.
I was going to ask about the process because I feel like you're Lady A. You've had so much success. You've had this crazy career. At this point, in your lives and your career journey, how do you decide, what you're going to include in an album or how you create music?
Well, we start with writing as much as we can. Obviously, like Hillary said, we wrote all through 2020. Even this year, we were writing for this record too. But we all three really, at the end of the day, agree on the stuff we want to include on an album. We may have 50 songs we're listening to, but there's always about a dozen that really raise their hands. And I don't think we would have made it this long as a band if we didn't agree that much on what we love, what we all want to say.
And we share a lot of these we call them demos, with our team, with our label, because we want that feedback. One of our purest examples is we never would have cut Need You Now if we had not played it for our label. And so there's...
And that's insane to think about.
So there's a lot of them because you can get so in the woods with all these songs where you're like, I don't even know what's good and what's not good, that sometimes it really does help to have people give you that feedback.
And we also recorded this album in 2 chunks. Like we cut the first 8 and then released 7, earlier in the summer and then came with the full record now. And so it gave us time, I think, to see how else we wanted to round out the record, what other characters we wanted to add to the collection as a whole. So a little bit of time helped, I think, to us craft the lineup.
Yeah, I like how you said other characters. That's interesting, of like how you want to tell the narrative, the story. There's a few songs that I want to touch on, and the first one is Worship What I Hate. No. That song, I feel like the first time I heard it, I truly was so moved by it, especially like the line, I keep wishing for a brand new body that I didn't have to blame. I was like, damn, that's so good. I feel like with so many of us relate to that, and especially as a woman, I feel like immediately I was drawn to that song. Tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind this one.
Yeah, we wrote it in Dave's home studio with Natalie Hemby and Amy Lodge, and Amy was a pure 2020 co-write. She was on Zoom. She lives in Wales over in the UK, and we were just talking about what life had been like, and I think we were all getting to that point in the year that it felt so hopeless, some days, and we were so home, like with our children constantly, that especially, because we're all parents, all 4 of us that wrote it, it was the ways we're coping and in the unhealthy ways. And this is all, it's not just about 2020, it's definitely about other times in your life, other seasons in your life where you are just focusing on the wrong things instead of focusing on what you bring to this world and the healthy things. You're focusing on like comparing yourself to someone else or getting frustrated and all those things. So I think for me, this song shows some hope in the fact that once you recognize the changes that need to be made in your day-to-day life, maybe the way you view yourself, like that's the first step, and you can make those changes.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, and I think it's like gratitude in the present is kind of what that song talks about. And then I love that we also have a song like Friends Don't Let Friends, where you're like, okay, we need friends in our life with this amazing collab, Carly Fierce, Thomas Rhett, Darius Rucker. How did this one come about?
Well, kind of like she said, I mean, different characters on this record. We wanted this record to take you through a journey. And, you know, throughout this year, there were times that, like she said, I was just very, you know, you're very introspective and you're sad, and then there's times that you're like, everything's gonna be all right, let's party, we'll get over it. And Friends Don't Let Friends was a song that Thomas Rhett and I, we were down at the beach and we were watching our kids play, and we both had a beer in our hand, and he was like, Friends Don't Let Friends, I've been wanting to write this song, and we literally wrote the chorus while sitting there watching our kids playing around, and then, you know, later on finished the rest of that song, and I played it for Darius Rucker on the golf course. He was like, I want to sing on that. And then we were out on the road with Carly Pierce, and so we felt like we needed some female sass to add into it, and so it just,
she's perfect for that.
Oh, she's great. Well, it's just a big fun party song, and truly these are three of our closest friends in the industry, and so, you know, we
So it's true to the song.
yeah, I was gonna say, well, I always say Darius brings the whiskey, Thomas Rhett, he brings his tequila, and then Carly brings the red wine. So
Well, what are you guys bringing?
we like all of them.
All the above.
Let's take 'em.
Oh, yeah.
Tequila. How about that?
There we go. we'll
Along
take
with
it.
Thomas Rhett. Yeah.
Now, another thing we had to talk about on the album is Working on This Love. And Dave, this is the first time that we hear you take on lead vocals, but there's also a special story behind it that we read. Tell us about this song.
Well, I wrote this actually for my wife for Mother's Day this year. I did not buy her a gift at all. I just wrote her a song, but I've always wanted to do that for her. And we were in the latter stages of finishing the record, and we keep saying it, but having different flavors and characters on an album are the records that I love the most. So I showed it to Charles and Hillary with a caveat: if y'all don't like it, it's fine. But I was like, if people are a fan of Lady A and they've been with us since 2006 when we started, like, they all know what we each kind of do, and so I thought it might be a different just texture on the record. So I'm super proud of their support, thankful for the moment.
So good, yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, and family plays such a big part of all of your lives. What role did they have in the album? Like, do you let them listen to songs so they get to hear the album as it's making? Like, what did they get to play a part of?
I lean on my wife a lot with certain songs. You can tell she's honest with you. Like, I'll come home from a writing session, it's like, I just wrote a smash. She's like, yeah. And you can tell but like things he handed down was, I didn't really get to know my grandfathers. They passed when I was around 5, 6 years old, and so a song like that literally was kind of bred of watching my son Ward's relationship with my father, and I'm like, man, I hope the things that he remembers is that wisdom and that love, instead of like some watch or pocket knife or something that he hands down. And so so some of that definitely of this album was bred from family life.
That's powerful.
As the mom here, mine's more practical. He kept the house running when I was writing or in the studio. He was the one. He just, my husband Chris, he's a full-time dad at home, and so he just kept the train on the tracks and let me go be creative and get to do put this album together. And he listens to the songs a lot too, but it's a lot more. We've got 3 kids, all under 8, so it's a lot more like schedule.
The kids
schedule related.
Kids are a great test, though. I'm telling you, the ages of 4 or 5 years old. You put it on in the car, put on demos in the car, and I can immediately watch my little 3-year-old girl.
Really?
If she kind of like lights up or not, and if they don't, you just move on.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God! Do they have a favorite? Do the kids have a favorite on the album?
What a song can do, actually, Ward does. He loves what a song can do. Yeah.
Very smart.
Like a lady's
Like a
mind.
lady.
Yeah, I feel like that's such a good one. That's a good bop. It's like, you gotta have it. Well, in honor of what a song could do, I thought we could play a little game if you guys are down. Okay, and we could talk back to the songs of what songs did for you in certain scenarios. So I'm gonna give you a scenario, and you tell me the first song that comes to mind.
Okay.
Okay,
This is fun.
here we go.
Okay.
What was a song that made you want to be a country music singer?
It's definitely a Tim McGraw song.
I was going to say Tim McGraw.
really?
I was going to say Tim.
It's
that was
probably a
weird.
Tim McGraw album.
Yeah, Set the Circus Down, or what was that record? Where the green grass grows and all that stuff.
It's a good one. Yeah.
She's in love with the boy, Trisha Yearwood.
Nice.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh, I love that one. Okay. What's this song that you didn't write but wish you did because it made you feel something so deeply?
Easy. The House That Built Me.
that's such a
That's
good
one of the greatest songs of all time.
I Can't Make You Love Me. Bonnie Raitt.
It's a good one.
I'd go a newer one, the Ingrid Andress song, Hearts Like, More Hearts Than Mine. That one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Such a good play on words. Okay, last one. What's a song that will forever and always be your go-to karaoke jam?
It used to be for us when we first started as a band. We're all saying when we would go to, what was the place called? Lonnie's?
Lonnie's, yeah.
We go to Lonnie's, and she and I would always do some kind of duet, like either Islands in the Stream or what was the other one? The
Summer Lovin'.
Summer
from Grease.
Lovin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
But see, to me, here's my rule. I think
tell me.
karaoke is not made for actual singers that do it for a living. I think it's like cheesy when someone like gets up there and like takes over. Like to me, like it's made for like people like my wife who really can't sing, but when she gets up there and
She's
she's had a
Britney
couple
Spears.
drinks, she
She's
does.
ready.
She does like, oh baby, baby.
I think
And-
the only way it works for singers is when you go way far out of
Yeah,
your normal
yeah,
scope.
Oh, you have
Exactly.
to like genre hop,
So-
do something
Yeah.
else. Okay.
It's like What a Man or
Yeah.
I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett, something.
There you go. I
So
like that.
different.
Yeah.
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 You get to
Okay.
find your
It's Raining Man.
alter It's Raining Men.
Raining Man, not man. It's Raining Man. It's Raining Man.
Last question for y'all. As you get ready to play this stripped down set, what song are you most looking forward to playing tonight at our iHeartCountry album release party?
Out of all the new songs, I think one of the ones that I'm drawn to a lot is a song called Fire. And I think it's just because it's about just the resilience that we have as people when we really find our inner strength and lean on our family and our loved ones and our faith to get through hard times. So I would have to say Fire.
I think, I don't know, what a song can do, like to me, kind of represents the whole record as a whole and kind of what it says and the power of music. And it, like you said before, music is what helped get me through just listening to music, not just writing music. So every time we perform that one, it just feels like us to me.
I'd say Worship What I Hate. I mean, not only do I love the lyrics, but I just love Hillary's vocal performance on that song too. So selfishly, I love hearing her sing that one.
Well, we do too. We're so excited for you guys, Lady A. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations. Everyone stream What a Song Can Do out now on iHeartCountry. And congratulations and have fun tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you
Travis.
guys.